Okay. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Part two. All right. So we'll give people a second to find this on the next one. So Katie, you can tell me if someone or when people start saying hello. There we go. Jeff Rowley found us. And that we got a note earlier today that they're from our wonderful internet provider saying they're going to be working on it this evening. And I'm like, good grief. Any other time.
I know.
But hello, Fly Fish. Birthday boy is on. Yes, he is. Okay, so we've got our all you missed. You got me going to the end, keeping the tag in on the bottom, and then I brought the thread back here. So now I've got a couple microfibets here. I'm gonna tie them in. I'm not really worried about the length. I'm gonna tie them in long, like so. Cut a couple wraps, and then I want to pull, make sure they're on top of the hook shank. Pull them a little bit long. That actually looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna go around and tie them in right on the top of the hook shank, just like this. And you can see if your tag in is too long, it'll kind of get wrapped up in your bobbin. So you want to keep your that tag in as short as possible. So we got that tied in. Now we're going to bring the thread back, try to keep everything smooth. And this being a big version of it, we're going to put a little bit of a taper in, but I'll do that last. So we've got that down. So now we've got our two microfibets in there. We'll pull them around, see if I can split them apart. If they'll play with me. There we go. 1, 2. Grab that tag in, pull it up, and that's going to split them a bit. And now we're going to flatten our thread. Fishing was good with Kat. She had her fiance with her, and they were kind of doing their own thing, and they were catching fish, and it was fun watching them. And I remember watching her. I looked over the corner of my eye and saw her taking a picture of me, and I was I just caught a fish, and I was digging a fly out of my net. And I'm like, good grief, talk about an action pose, sitting here digging a fly out. But she was really good. If you ever get a chance to fish with Cat Toy, definitely take advantage of it. All right, so all I'm doing now is kind of building a little bit of a taper, just a little bit. You can see I've got those tails split, and I want to get them kind of positioned just the way I want them. Make sure they're flat because these tails are going to help balance the fly when it's in the water. Now I'll cut my tag and everything off, and I'll show you why I want to spend a little extra time right now and get these just perfect. Because here in a second, just a sheen to them. So that's one of the reasons he likes to use EV resin. So got that kind of built up. Now I'm going to switch sides again. You have been back live? Yes, we are back live, Al. Hey, Chris. Fancy seeing you on here. We're going to see you in a week or so as well. All right, so we got this tails on there. Now we're going to finish her body. As you can see, changing when you flip the fly in your vise, your thread's not going the right way anymore. And you want your thread to go the right way. So you've got to kind of use the hook to your advantage and have it all kind of work out. So right now I'm just kind of filling this part in here with thread. And now we're good. So we got our extended body done. You want to switch over to the vise. I'm gonna put some. This is Solares, whatever the really thin stuff. I'll put this on here. Flip it over. Put it on the bottom. Don't want to have much, just enough to give it just a little bit of a sheen. Then we'll bake it, and then it's the simplest time, just a regular parachute. Nothing too fancy. Get that put away. I do see I've got a little bit of a drop, or do I? I think that's okay. I can see it on the camera, but nowhere else. So I'm gonna pull these apart because that resin should help them stay apart as well. Looks good. We'll cook it. So this body's gonna stay on there. It's in good shape. This is gonna be a nice one for the old sulfurs here. So now you've seen me use two things I don't usually use. One is the super glue, and the other UV resin. Okay, so kind of same thing. Hold your post material. This now we can set it right down where it goes, just like that. And I like it to be right, give enough room behind the hook eye, so you're not crowding that hook eye. Put 3 wraps there, 3 wraps in front. I'll do 3 wraps behind, keeping your thread tight the whole time. Now we'll do 3 wraps around the base of it. So that was 4, but hey, it's okay. What's the light you have on your vice bait? This is just a it's a Simor brand right there, but it's just for tying for this, so y'all can see without it you can't really see too well. With it you can. It makes it very difficult to tie staring down the light, though. I mean, a lot of people ask that, and I always say, unless you have to have one for some reason, I would not suggest it because it makes tying just a bit more difficult. All right, so I try to flatten my thread out a little bit, and I'm going to go up and go and post this post just like this. I probably could have had my parachute post back just a touch more towards the extended body. I'm used to tying the smaller bluing olives, and they're a little less forgiving as far as having extra hook space. Posting and saying, well, I'm glad you like that. It works for me. It's not the way a lot of people do it, but on the other hand, it is the way a lot of people do it. So now I went all out and I got a hackle feather. Let's see if I got the right size. Yeah, maybe a touch on the big side, but I think it'll work. I'd rather it be not as long as the body, but y'all been patient enough. You don't need to watch me dig through another cape and find the better size hackle. All right, so I'm going to tie this in so it'll be shiny side down. So I just hold that at a 45-degree angle here, capture it with one loose wrap of thread, then hold it straight up. And now I'll just do that same post again, right back up. Just like this. And now down. Now we've got a nice solid post. It's not going anywhere. Trim up that stem, throw a little dubbing on here, wrap some hackle, and this big one will be done. There we go. So we good so far. Got the body, we got the extended body centered there. It looks good. Yep. So now I'm going to use this Sulfuria dubbing here. Semper like HAPOC. I really like it because it's just a good, really good dry fly dubbing. I'm not super worried about getting it really small because this is a giant size 16. But I'd like it to be somewhat consistent. There we go. So normally when I do this, I'll wrap. I'll just do some X wraps here on the post, just like this. So I can kind of build up my taper a little bit. Look on both sides. And now I'll bring it back. This one, I mean, I should have had the post a little more to the front, but I think it'll be okay. Now I've got it around the post again. Just do one full wrap, and now we're good. Okay, just like that. Now we do our normal trick here. Make sure that post is vertical or horizontal, excuse me. Now we'll try to wrap a little hackle. This works. It either looks a lot easier than it is or a lot harder than it is, one of the two. This is going to look just fine. Get those nice tight wraps. And this is barred medium ginger, by the way. Do I want to put one more in there? Oh, what the heck. So I'm going to do 2 wraps under everything, except over the hackle stem. I'm not going to pull tight. I'm not going to pull tight on the thread anyway. Cut that out. Now I'll pull tight on the thread. Put one more wrap to lock it in and grab any of those hackle fibers that are going up. Sorry, you can't really see that, but you see it good enough. And I'm going to do a quick whip finish. Under, over, 3 and 4. Now let's see what we're looking, how we're looking. Pull that out. Give it a little hairdo. There we go. So here we are before I have trimmed the post. Trimming the post is kind of preferable. And Phil, when he trims it, he grabs it, holds it up, and he likes to trim it at a bit of an angle like that. Well, that doesn't, for me, it looks like an angle, but not for you. There we go, a little bit of an angle. So my hackle's a touch on the big side, but that's the PMD or sulfur variation of the Awani done, designed by Umpqua Signature Tire, Phil Awani. And that is the big one. So we're going to do one more, at least one more. If the internet holds out, who knows? But we might do 2 more. But for now, let's get a size 20 in the vise, because this is what Phil said was working really well. Is your hackle dull side up or down? That seems to be a discussion point. So I do dull side up or shiny side down. The main reason is, as you're wrapping the post, let's see. Darn it. If I can hold on to it. Thank you, Steve. I'm glad you like this hackle size. I think this is going in my fishing box, so it's going to get wet. So as I'm wrapping down with the shiny side down, it's actually curved side up. So as I wrap down, the hackle fibers are going to go out and up a little bit, not out and down a little bit. So I'm not capturing. If you notice when I wrap that, there's no stripped hackle or anything. It had hackle on both sides of the rachis, and if I wrapped it dull side down, each wrap I'd be fighting with the fibers sticking down on the other wrap. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's my rationale. And also the bit of rationale for doing it that way as well is the we buy all these fancy colored hackle fibers, hackle feathers, and we buy it because it looks cool for us, but hopefully we buy it because we want the fish to think it looks cool. And if we do it dull side down, then they don't get to see all the pretty colors. And that's kind of a minor thing, but you know. So right now I'm just crimping this piece of monofilament. Try and get just right. Because I don't want that crimp to be crooked. And I got to put some thread on here. So I'm going to use light olive thread. This is light olive 12/0 Silverfly Classic Wax thread. I'm going to dress the hook again, leaving the tag. Like that. And now see, you don't have near as much room, and that's why I just have a little piece that's crimped here. It's not a bunch. Well, I might need a little bit more. I'm glad that makes sense, Gary. There we go. So I'm going to capture it like that. Get a couple wraps on there and kind of manipulate it around to where it's looking the way I want it to. Stick it. This is a good time to stick your tongue out if you're not doing it already. There we go. So now we can see it going straight up and down, straight out the back of the hook shank, just the way we want it. And that looks, see, goes right like that. And that was good. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because we'll adjust it when we resin it up and everything, but that's pretty much what we want. So I'm gonna pull everything forward so I can switch sides here. This is a little bit tricky. With the smaller hook. But the good thing is you don't really have to have it. There we go. You don't have to have it in there perfect because we're tying on the tying on that tippet. But this is one place where be really careful when you're putting the hook in the vise, because this is when you've got the small hook and you're backwards, you're kind of feeling it. You could break the hook point off in there, but more importantly, if you just catch the very, very tip of your jaws and you crank down on it, you could damage your jaws. So be careful doing that part of it. That might be just a touch long, so I'm going to cut it off about there. Then I might have cut too much of it off, but I'd say it'll be okay. Especially if we keep whispering. It'll be just fine. So this is that 12-pound fluoro, but 10-pound mono is really all you need. So we'll grab super glue again, but just a little scant layer of it right across like that. We'll uncord our thread. Nope. Trying to get our tag in wrapped all around it. It's no fun. Now we'll uncord our thread. Maybe. Okay. I'll get that started with a couple wraps. Now we'll stick our tag in back under there and work it back. And you just want to be real careful. This is where having good thread control comes in. Keeping that right there on the bottom, right to the end. I will work it back. See, my thread, my tag end's a little bit longer than last time, so I need to cut it off because it's getting tangled up in my bobbin, which is okay, but kind of makes tying a little bit the break off point. What's the break off point, Steve? All right, so let's give the bobbin another little quick twist, uncord it, and we'll grab two more microfibettes if I can find them. Sometimes grabbing two can be a little bit tricky. Let's see, 1, 2. See, I either get 20 or none. Then I put them in my mouth and I lose them, and I can't get them out of my mouth. I don't know if I've eaten one yet, but I promise you I eventually will. All right, we'll get them lined up nice and straight.